Are you perhaps here to learn more about the world of literature, Hallie?
I nod, wanting to get myself out of this pickle as fast as I can.
Ah, that's good then. We're glad to help you around if you need any assistance. It's always a joy to introduce people to literature. We have a wide variety of books available at the library from many genres and authors around the world. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah, that sounds really good. Thanks for saving me, by the way. I nearly shut down there.
Nearly is an understatement.
Okay, fine, I completely shut down. But, yeah, I wanted to try and get a bit smarter. After all, Sayori would want that, right?
Of course I do. You can't just feel neat forever, you know. Gotta get out there and experience reality.
I swear we've had this exact conversation already.
Well, maybe if you listened to him, you wouldn't hear him again. Guess the ninth time was the charm. 9 times? Jeez, do you need that much? He totally does. I knew it.
What is this, Mean Girls?
Nah, Regina George ain't got shit on me. We all know you wouldn't act like her. You're too sweet for that. I don't get it. We gotta watch Mean Girls sometime. Trust me, you'll love it. Oh, another movie night. Count me in. Okay, we're getting way too ahead of ourselves. Let's get Hallie fully settled in before we plan another movie night, okay?
Sounds like a plan.
So, Hallie, what types of literature do you read? Assuming you read any, that is.
What's the criteria?
Anything, really. I tend to not be picky.
Oh, good, because I usually read manga. Does that count? I mean, it's sort of just pictures now.
It counts. Like I said, we're not picky. So if you like manga, read it to your heart's content. And who knows, you might even make a friend or two here. Real subtle there, Squiddy. Oh Lord, not again with that big name. Why do you have such a problem with squids? Don't be squidsist. I don't think you realize how much you ran that joke to the ground. It stops getting funny after a while, you know. Dunno, I still think it's hilarious. Especially for that reaction. Well, anyway, back on track. Any questions you want to ask me, Hallie?
You seem very collected. How much experience do you have with clubs as a whole? Because I'm sure it takes a lot of effort to get so easily lost in another discussion entirely.
Oh, it is, believe me. As for prior experience, I used to be the leader of the debate club a few months ago. You can probably tell how that went.
Drama and fights, I assume?
That only scratches the surface. I ended up leaving the club because I couldn't handle it anymore. Which still remains my best decision to this day. Even if there was a bunch of consequences that spawned as a result of it. But hey, it's been going much better now.
You know, now I wonder. Sayori mentioned before that potential new members and a problem with that. Well, is that a part of the consequences?
Why are you so nosy about club business? You literally just joined. No, Natsuki, he doesn't seem all that bad. We can clue him in on this. Yeah, that was one of them. It really sucked. Like, you don't even want to know what it was like the first few months. But like I said, I don't want to get into it too much.
Oh. No, you're good.
What's done is done. Why don't we focus on the future of this club instead? Like figuring out how to appeal to a person's literary sense, all that jazz.
Even after knowing how many people just came to the club for no reason?
That doesn't mean we aren't looking for new members. Just that we need people who are willing to put effort in. Good thing the festival's just next week. So that should help with reaching out to those who have similar interests.
Oh yeah, the festival. What are we gonna do for it?
I honestly don't know yet. But I know I want something that's easily digestible for everyone.
Isn't that just supposed to spell with an IBO? I'm not sure.
We'll discuss those plans starting Wednesday. No idea why we couldn't do this earlier. We're working on a time crunch. Natsuki's right. We should have had a few weeks to discuss this matter. Even if I think we shouldn't be doing this in the first place. Yeah, actually, why the hell are we even doing this? Not like nobody's gonna give a shit. Don't think about it like that. It's the truth. You can't seriously tell me with a straight face that it's not. Don't you think that mindset is a little cynical? Like, sure, there's a possibility where we don't get any new members from this. But at the end of the day, our club's built on teamwork and cooperation. Oh, can't forget having fun too, as Siri would put it. Glad you remembered the most important part. I get it, we've all had to deal with the new member problem. But you know what? It hasn't stopped us from chugging along. As long as we have fun and prove to the school that we aren't just cute nerdy girls, then I'd say it's a success. Exactly. At the end of the day, this is what we're built on. And it won't stop until we graduate and move on with our lives. Glad you guys were able to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
What's with the negativity? I thought it was a nice sentiment.
But be here for longer than a day and you'll understand why. Moving on. Don't want to get too carried away here. Anything else you want to ask, Hallie?
There is one thing. What do you all usually do here? Read and write? Sounds kind of boring, honestly. Not in a bad way or anything.
Yeah, I get it. That's probably why we've reached a drought of people who want to take an interest in the subject as a whole. But this week I want to start taking some measures to not only prepare us all for the festival, but also hone our craft so we can do our very best.
Does that really solve the boring problem, though? People would just go, find another club, I guess. I don't think there's a way to make literature appealing to everyone.
If I may interject, we shouldn't feel the need to appeal to everyone. A person's desire to reach into their heart and unveil bits of their true personality should guide them to our safe haven. Otherwise, we'd be distracting from the point of the club.
So how the hell do you explain Hallie being here in the first place? Sure seems like detracting from the point or whatever it is you were talking about.
Hallie's purpose in the club is, as I stated already, to fuel his desire to reach into his inner self. I feel like he made that clear, no?
After I was mentally shutting down. But yeah, I want to get into this literature stuff and see what the hoopla's about. I mean, hey, if Sayori gushed about this place all the time over the phone, then I'm sure it can't be too bad.
Hey! It worked out in the end, didn't it?
That it did, Sayori. Just gotta hope I'm not a pushover all because I'm not book smart.
Nobody expected you to be. I mean, after all, you look like you haven't read a real book in years.
Aren't you the manga-reader here? Feels like a pot calls the kettle black moment, no?
Manga is the good shit. And I do read real books.
You forgot I only when I forced to there.
But that still counts. And that's better than, that better not be any sort of trash talk toward manga.
I'm not the one who called novels real books. That would be you, Natsuki.
Why do you gotta be such a smartass all the time?
And why do you keep insulting people all the time?
At least those people deserve it. You just want to be funny.
At what point has Hallie deserved your insults?
Are we just ignoring the fact he came into the club with no interest in literature?
Are we also gonna ignore that he wants to learn more about it?
No, but at least have some interest.
Kinda hard to do that when you're dealing with boring teachers and huge books you have to write essays about.
Literature classes. The bane of everyone's existence.
You hate literature classes? Aren't you supposed to be the smarty pants here?
Yes, but that's irrelevant to my point. Literature isn't something that should be taught, it's something that should be experienced.
What does that mean?
When you read a book, what is it that you usually do?
I guess I just try and enjoy it.
Exactly.
So basically don't think too hard about it?
Funny coming from you, Yuri. It's always about that. It's always about that novels have deeper meaning and you should analyze some crap with you.
Crap.
I
think what Yuri's trying to say is that reading to enjoy yourself should come first. Monica. Oh shoot, sorry, didn't mean to speak for you. It's fine. And yes, that's precisely what I meant. A person's first read should always be an experience, something you can digest without any worries. Unfortunately, it seems like others don't understand that concept.
The emphasis on others sounded kinda...
Annoyed? I wouldn't use that term. Literature is my passion, and I hate it whenever teachers force the subject. It sacrifices creativity and a willingness to keep an open mind for the sake of a grade. And it's the reason why anybody with any interest in literature are considered nerds and subsequently get outcasted. But I don't really want to get into it.
It's okay. To be honest, I thought you were gonna be the typical shy girl who mainly stays at the library during lunch.
Where'd you hear such an assumption about me?
Hey, wait, don't take it in a bad way or anything. I'm just going off what Sayori told me.
Why am I getting thrown under the bus now?
Sayori, you barely told me anything about Yuri, aside from the fact that she's shy and keeps to herself. Is it really my fault if I make an assumption like that?
You still didn't have to know or throw me under the bus like that. Even then, Yuri, am I wrong about that part?
Well, yes, you're not wrong at all. But I don't want to be known as just shy and quite nerdy, Sayori.
Oh, sorry, okay? I didn't know what else to tell Hallie.
Don't worry about it. At least you know now. After all, mistakes happen.
Hey, we've gone full circle.
I guess we have.
Just curious. You guys asked me what genres I was interested in, but I don't think I've asked any of you the same question.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? I read the most action-packed, drama-filled, and very exciting mangas ever in the entire world. That's certainly a funny way to say you read cutesy romance mangas. You weren't supposed to reveal that to her so soon. Thanks a lot, Monica. Now you've ruined the surprise.
Romance? Nah. Could have been better.
What was that?
Nothing.
No, I heard you loud and clear. Don't try backing away from this like a pussy.
Backing away from what? I didn't even say anything.
Don't act like a smartass and think you're able to get away with it. If you think romance are meh, then get out right now.
It's just my opinion.
And it's garbage.
Oh, so just like that, just like your taste in manga then.
Bitch, romance is the best genre. What do you read, huh? Generic fighting mangas with big muscle men.
Actually, yes, I do. And I'm not afraid to admit it.
Let me guess, you want to smut.
What? People were interrupting each other.
Enough.
Oh, come on, Squiddy. He was clearly into it that time. Let me have a little fun.
We're getting too off topic again, Natsuki. It's becoming less endearing and more annoying.
Jeez, who pissed you off today? You're not usually like this at all. Another kid that's been bothering you for some shit.
No. Just been a little stressed lately. Back to the question though, I'm a mixed bag in terms of genres. But novels I'm not really a huge fan of. It's not that I can't read them, but they're too big for my liking. I much rather prefer short stories or poetry books, which are shorter and more effective. Really? I didn't know about that at all. You always seemed like the type of person who would sit back and enjoy a novel. Yeah, well, I haven't been able to find time for them. My expectations really do a number on your free time. I see. I find it quite unfortunate, though. While I do admire short stories from time to time, they aren't as complex in their storytelling when compared to novels. For me, a good novel with a rich atmosphere is just what I need to get by in life.
I just read whatever I like, honestly. But I do like the more bittersweet ones, you know what I mean?
And from there, everybody except Natsuki engages in a debate that I'm too stupid to participate in. Christ, I could never have this much passion for literature. Now I'm starting to get why I had these feelings for being a total outsider. But it's like what Sayori said. They aren't expecting me to be an expert. Plus, they're allowing me to be here as long as I'm learning a thing or two. So I might as well actually learn a thing or two.
Oi, Hallie!
Huh?
You want to smash the big whistle, man?
Wow, slow down just a minute. Where the hell did that come from?
Oh, come on, I know you at least thought about it a little bit. Don't be ashamed about saying yes.
Answer my question first, at least.
How about you answer mine first? I ain't gonna bully you harder if you say yes.
fine. Okay, yes, they're handsome. I've had some thoughts about them. But, like, come on, you probably do the same thing with the men in your manga, too.
Of course I do, it's normal. Kenchiro's a hottie after all. Who wouldn't want to smash that dude?
Kenshiro?
Oh, he's total husbando bait. I mean, hey, it worked on me.
Never heard of him. What series is he from?
You wouldn't like it. Especially given you have, like, zero taste at all.
How am I the one with no taste? You mean to tell me your cheesy romance mangas are top tier?
You're seriously the type of guy who read, like, one shitty romance manga and decided they're all like that? What a pity.
Well, unless you have anything from that genre that is must-see, then it'll stay that way.
Your pea-brain is in luck today, because I have the most perfectest manga you'll ever read.
Is perfectist even a word?
Don't care, it's now a word to describe parfait girls.
Parfait girls? Really? That sounds like the most perfectest manga ever to you.
Okay, get out if you hate parfait girls. It's the funniest manga you'll ever read.
Isn't it also the cheesiest manga?
Wow, really? Totally didn't know that at all. But that's the fun. I'm sure your favorite mangas have some cheese as well.
Not enough cheese to the point where it's called Parfait Girls of all things. Like, you do realize how girly it sounds based off the title alone, right?
I know how girly it sounds, I'm not a moron. But does it matter? All the real men read Parfait Girls.
What is it with you and this real men thing?
I'm just tired of bullshit like, oh, this is too girly for me to read, I don't want to read it. Like, dude, nobody cares. Stop trying to act like you're such a man and read some cutesy stuff every now and then. You might actually like it.
It's not a matter of me being a man, it's a matter of me not liking that sort of stuff at all.
Okay, so you really are that guy who lets one shitty manga define the entire genre for them.
Who said it was just one? I've had to read this stuff Sayori likes. And my god, was it sappy.
Wait, Sayori reads manga too?
You're her clubmate and you don't even know what kind of stuff she reads.
How am I supposed to know? She barely even reads during the club. And I don't get how she gets away with drawing all the time. If I were to do that, I'd get manga on my ass. But Sayori can get away with it. Make it make sense.
Well, she is the VP. Pretty sure she gets some leeway there.
So it's basically one big double standard. Just great. If you're gonna be all strict and be a stuck-up for the rules, at least try to be fair.
Are you saying that Monica has favorites?
I'm saying she needs to stop with these double standards. And nothing about favorites, were you even paying attention?
That sounds like she does have favorites. And wait, isn't this something we shouldn't be talking about in this club? I mean, Monica's right there. And why are you even telling me all of this? I thought you didn't want me involved in club business or whatever.
You were eventually gonna find out anyway. Might as well warn you ahead of time so your dumb ass at least expects what's to come.
Okay then. Thanks.
Don't think much of it. Now where were we? Okay, everyone. We only have 5 more minutes left. So let's talk about our game plan this week.
Crap, I forgot we have Monica's idea to go over. I steel myself for whatever's to come.
Yuri, you're absolutely correct in that a person-centered writer must be discovered by themselves. So, here's what I came up with.
Well, don't leave us in the dark. What is it?
For this week, I want to do some writing. But not just any writing, though. Go on. Poetry. Easy enough, right?
Congrats for telling us almost nothing there. Stop beating around the bush. Do you want us to read some of your big poetry books or something?
Why are you like this? No, Natsuki, that isn't what I meant. I want us to go home tonight and write a poem to share for tomorrow. That's what I meant.
You... what?
Oh, well, isn't that great? The one thing I was hoping to not be an activity, it's an activity on my first week.